Evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to some Hold My Beer. Today we have two replays for you, and that is the AMX 50B and we have a Sheridan. Both games, I mean, very good games and very high damage. We've started to see a lot more OP replays in the AMX 50B. Actually, I see more in the 50B than any other heavy tank, like over the T57 heavy, for example, or even the Kranwagen, or even the Yo. I see more OP replays in the 50B than I do any other of those tanks. And that's since it got buffed. It got buffed, I think the armor profile or the turret got buffed, or even the turret got changed. I can't even remember if it got buffed, but lately we have been seeing a lot of good replays, and this one from Ian N, I believe it is no different. Obviously, he is in a platoon with an STB1, and they are both from the hated clan on NA. So Castilla, he's decided to go to the middle. Now, this is actually a really good position, especially for something like a 50B, because it has the auto loader. It's a very quick tank as well. It's a very quick heavy, so it can get here quite quickly. And if you can get to this position without any danger or any other red team coming to the middle here, you can really hold the match. You can spot tanks from the castle or the hill, and you can spot tanks to the left side, and you can also spot the TDs as well. So very, very good position. Again, it all depends on what your team are doing and what the enemy team are doing, and this falls quite perfect for him. Now, there is one tank down already on each team, and now he's just going to farm up on this mouse. So he's managed to get 1800 damage so far, hasn't got no kills and hasn't taken any damage, but his platoon mate seems to be in a bit of bother up there. He's found a Chieftain Mark 6, and he probably didn't expect that, but he is here to sport him. So his STB has dropped down, which then brings these two guys to drop down after him. Fantastic play there, and I think that was done on purpose to bring these guys down, because up there it's literally a 1 versus 2, where down here it's now a 2 versus 2. He does die, but he does manage to take care of the T22. So he's just got to back up now while he's on a reload. I was expecting him to take a shot, but that would probably be worth it, because he should be able to take this chieftain out with his magazine. So taking a shot would probably be a good trade, but he managed to bounce it, so that is all good. So, and this is what this tank can do now. It can bounce a lot of shots, and that is exactly what he's doing. Now, the chieftain has dropped down, which again is probably the right decision, because he's not in he's not in a great position up there, but that was a horrible miss. That was an absolutely horrible miss there. But he does manage to take him out. Now, the grill is coming, so he just needs to back up, not sidewards, because sidewards and the grill is not good, because you can be HE'd. But he does take a shot, and he is going to reload. Now, he could potentially bring this grill down to a 1 shot, maybe a 2 shot, if he can get all 3 shells, all 3 HE shells into him, again depending on if he's running the spool liner or not. But the first shot misses. He's going to go for the second shot using AP, and he's just about going to get the third shot in. The grill misses. He's shot luckily, so he is now able to get out of the way, use the mobility, but obviously the grill is a quick tank as well, so he's going to have to drop down out of the way. But he has to be careful on the heavy side over there, making sure that there is no tanks up there. So the grill now is a 1 shot, well, 1 magazine. He's just noticed that he's shot someone else but him, so he is going to get the shots off. Now, he does use HE on the first shot. Now, no need to use HE on the last 2 shots, because he is a 1 clip, and he does manage to get the bounce just before he takes care of the grill for his 3rd kill. Now he brings it down to a 3 versus 3. He's on 5.8 thousand damage, and he's also blocked 1.4k damage, and this is something that the AMX 50B you couldn't usually used to do. Now, the turret's always been troll, and the turret's always been one of those annoying tanks where it looks great, yet you shoot it and it doesn't pen. And now it's, for some reason, it's just seemed to got even stronger. Like, amazing. The turret is really, really amazing now. Not sure why he tried that hopeful shot there onto the E100, but you know, it may have worked. But the Death Star now takes out the enemy Death Star, and it brings it down to a 2 versus 2. Him and this E100 versus the Death Star and an E100. So I like what he's doing here. He's letting the E100 go first because he is full hit points. So he's going to go forward and he's going to wait for the E100 to take a shot. He does shoot the E100. Now, is the E100 going to push? If he does, that is a bad move. Now, he isn't really aiming his shot here. He knows that the Death Star was there, but he's not there no more. So he's going to get another shell. He's got 1 shell left. He does bring him down to a 1 shot. Now he's just going to back up. The E100 has taken a bit of damage, but not too much, to be honest. And all they need to do really is just to reload and take care of this E100 before they can take care of the Death Star. The Death Star may be able to take a nice shot, and maybe with 1 shot might be able to take one of these guys out, but that is all he will be able to do. But of course, our guy in the 50B thinks otherwise, and he does manage to get the bounce. He's going to go for 1 more track shot, puts him down to a 1 shot. 8,000 damage. I mean, this is the kind of thing that autoloaders can do. You build up damage so quickly, and you kind of forget how much damage that you're actually on. So just this E100 and the Death Star both now are a 1 shot. He's going to reload his magazine. There's 1 shot, and with the Death Star being a 1 shot, he doesn't care. He's just going to come out sideways, and he's going to get the kill. So 2,370 blocked damage. Really good game there. A few misses, a few errors there that could have cost him, but he did get away with it. And sometimes you can make errors and get away with it. Other times, obviously, you can just get absolutely obliterated, and everything would be your fault if it's a loss. But nevertheless, a fantastic game there. 8,560 damage with 90,000 credits earned. So a nice amount of credits earned for a tier 10 tech tree. So moving on, as soon as my game stops freezing, might have to no, there we go. So moving on, so we've had a 50B, and now we are going to watch a Sheridan. Sheridan, again, as I've said, it's not a tank we often see now, and I think this is a heartbreaker, this game. He does quite a lot of damage, and he could have got a bit more, but it wasn't to be. So we are going to watch it. It is on Rockfield. Is it a good map for the Sheridan? I mean, it's a small map for a light tank, so he's going to be able to get to the position that he wants to be in very, very quickly. Now, this tank is, in my opinion, better without the missiles. It's not a tank that I play regularly now, but honestly, I do think the tank is better with the heat and without the missiles. So he's gone into position, the standard bush for light tanks, and again, he's spotted straight away, spotted the Death Star, and takes a nasty shot into him. So within 30 seconds, the Death Star has lost a huge amount of hit points, and that's the thing with this bush. Always got to pay attention to this bush. If you are a TD going into that position where the Death Star is, always look at this bush, because if there's a medium tanks or light tanks or even some heavy tanks, there is always going to be someone sitting in this bush. It's just the way it is. Not a tank you want to see behind you. But again, the Sheridan, people always used to moan about the Sheridan, how OP it is with the missiles, etc. But the one thing I've always said is the most broken thing about the tank is the troll armor that this has got. I mean, an E3 coming from the side and behind you, and he still bounces, and that's the... Hey, what a nice ammo rack. That's what we like to see on the channel. A lovely, juicy ammo rack there. Sorry about the glitch there. Again, my game just messed up. So already now, because of that ammo rack, that's 2,700 damage. Now, they're all going to rush the Death Star. The Death Star all on his own there. Not a great position to be in when you're on your own. But, you know, he put up a good fight, I suppose. And now the enemy team have started to flank around. So this isn't a good position to be in, especially when the enemy do start getting side shots from the right, because you can't see them, and being in a light tank, you don't have that much armor to sort of protect yourself. So not a great position when the team are all over that side of the map. Another T57 heavy there. Can he get the ammo rack? Can he get another ammo rack? Not quite sure on that. He didn't quite get the ammo rack, but hopefully he has done a bit of damage, which you can see there he has. So it's now a 5 versus 5. Still a lot of work to do. He's on 3.2k damage. In fact, I think think he's on a bit more because of that blind shot. He's actually on 4.3k damage. Now, he is going for the side shots to the right, whereas I still think he should be on this side. He should be helping his teammates on the left side rather than taking these shots from across the map. He is doing damage, so he is taking care of these guys, but I just think these guys here, the TVP and the E3, are much more dangerous, and they are killing his teammates. So I would have at this point ignored them, or actually a while ago ignored those guys from the right side, and he's still going for these shots, and ultimately this could have changed the outcome, because the TVP has now taken out the second tank from this side of the map, where if he would have gone a long time ago, he would have taken out this E3, and he probably could have taken out this TVP as well. So eventually he does take care of the TVP. Now, the E3. Now the TVP knows that he's on a reload, but he's just going to use the mobility to get away from him while he's on a reload. But at this point, I think it's just too little too late. It's 4 against 2. The IS-7, he's getting absolutely wrecked down there from all of the team, literally. And before you know it, it is a 1 versus 4. He is going to go for the right target there, taking out the IS-4 because he is a one-shot. So just over 5k damage now, and just 3 tanks left alive. Fuck you, says the IS-4. He wasn't happy. Yeah, I mean, that's what people moan. People moan. Not like it's going to matter. So nice shot there. Brings the TVP down to a 1 shot. Now, if he can just get the mobility, use the mobility to get around while he's on a reload, and hopefully he doesn't low roll this TVP. So he is staying close. He's not looking at running away just yet. He wants to stay close to this guy, and he needs to take the TVP out. The TVP is a very dangerous tank. He's the one spotting him, and he has that mobility to cause issues. So he needs to get behind him, and he does take him out without taking any more hit points from that guy. So it's now a 1 versus 2, over 6.6k damage, an E100 and a T57 left. Now the E100, if he can separate both of these tanks and get the first shot on the E100 and then run away, then this could actually be doable, but unfortunately does take that shot from the E100. Now with his adrenaline, I probably would have pushed, but then I would have died because we didn't realize that this T57 was going to be there. And because he's there, he's now allowed the E100 to reload. So he is going to back up, but he does take a shot from that E100, but he does manage to take him out. Now, if he would have done that without taking a shot, gold, of course gold. We're not going to pen you with APCR, stupid. So if he was to be able to take out that E100 without taking a shot, then this game would have completely been a different outcome. Now, that was an unfortunate bounce there. Should have penned, but you know, RNG. And again, at this point, with a minute, just under 2 minutes, sort of a minute and a half left on the clock, we can't really do anything. When you're behind the one rock and the T57 is behind another rock, you can't really run away in this situation. The only thing you could really do is try and bait a shot. But, you know, this isn't the best tank to try and bait shots. Yes, you can get the troll bounces occasionally, but it's not really a tank that you can rely on those bounces. So, again, sorry for any skipped videos. My game keeps crashing whilst watching these replays. So with just over 1 minute left on the clock, now there is one thing he could do. He could either go for a bit of damage, or he could just go for a draw and just use this rock, hug this rock for the next minute. But he's going for the damage. He gets a nice shot there, so that's an extra damage for him. And again, he can still walk away with this. Depending on how good this T57 is, he can still walk away with this, with the win. But he has to be very, he has to do that. But the T57 was a little bit too quick for him. But nevertheless, a fantastic game. A few mistakes there that he made in not going and clearing the left side of the map instead of taking shots from the right side. But nevertheless, still a fantastic game and a nice high damage battle in the Sheridan. So thank you guys for sending me those replays. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With